This is the Diary of a Lady Band Director podcast, brought to you by the Passion Is Network.
Lauren. Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Yo, so many technical issues today. The internet and actually just technology is fun. How have you been? I have been under the books for a lot of shows.
I've been good. I've just been giving private lessons and gigging. That's it. This is the life I wanted. How are you, Lia?
One more semester to go. I'm finishing up the semester, past my comp, so I'm officially ABD. But still got a long way to go. I gotta do my document, and of course, the big one, get a job. So
yeah.
So Lauren, yes. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew Krystal is having some technical difficulties. So she will be along in a minute. So you're just going to hear Lauren and I, just kind of chopping it up for a minute, because we don't want to start the actual topic, right, until Krystal gets here.
Yes, we do not, but we wanted to go ahead and get the show started. And to our audience, welcome to Diary of a Lady Band Director, the only all-woman podcast on air that talks about everything band and music education, all from the view of a woman. As usual, we love sharing the stage with our dedicated viewers to gain more insight and encourage dialogue throughout. So if you want to share your insight, mic up using the link pinned in the comment section. To the viewers, please like, share, subscribe to our sponsor, the Passion Is Network, and tune in to all the podcasts. We have our secondary sessions, the feature, Talk That Talk, and of course, Diary of a Lady Band Director. And I just wanted to go off script a little bit. And I am salty because Midwest is next week. I won't be in Chicago, and the Celebration Bowl is this weekend, and I won't be in Atlanta. I'll just be here in Maryland, twiddling my fingers. And I am salty about that, but I am wearing my NCCU, one of my sweatshirts, my HBCU sweatshirt with NCCU right here. So I am repping hard for the Eagles. I hope they beat Jackson State, since Jackson State's been in the news. I love you, Tigers. I love you, Tigers, but
testing.
We're hoping.
Hey, but it's not lighting up when I speak.
Krystal, we hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
It's the home ghetto.
Right, that's why I said I deferred to you.
It's the whole damn ghetto. I had to reset my computer. It always happened to me. And you know what's really embarrassing? I'm a techie person.
But see, Krystal, you were asking us if we could hear you. I don't think we can hear anybody in the backstage. We can only do the chat.
No, but I didn't have no sound. I can tell you I ain't had no sound.
Okay.
It's Quan. It's Quan's fault.
Well, Lauren just said she's not coming to Midwest next week. So, Krystal, please tell me you'll be there.
I'm going. Yes, I got you, sis.
Okay.
Yeah, Lauren wants to be a real grown up, and take care of responsibilities.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, before we talk about Midwest, I am pulling for my Eagles.
Oh, here we go.
Atlanta. Eagle Pride. Yes, Eagle Pride amplified. Let's beat the Jackson State Tigers. Especially, I feel like their morale is down a little bit. They're either going to be really pissed that Dion is gone and their quarterback is gone and they're going to beat the hell out of us, or we're just going to take advantage of the situation and beat them. But I'm glad that there are a lot of people pulling for NCCU. We got Aggies pulling for us, which is funny. I hope Chuck is on here. There's a lot of Aggies pulling for us. There's a lot of everybody pulling for NCCU because people are pissed at Jackson State right now. So yeah, let's just take advantage of this moment and win. Safe travels to all of my Eagles going to Atlanta. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And also safe travels to you, Krystal and Lia, and everybody else going to Chicago this weekend and next week.
I feel like Elmo doing that little dance. I'm going to Memphis.
I'm starting to get excited. I was tired, but now I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Let's see. We caught up with Lia. Did you go? Did you tell us what's going on in life? I know grad school, doctorate.
Listen, I told everybody I'm ABD now, so that's exciting. Just passed my comps, did my lecture recital, so all I still have classes and ensembles and stuff, but as far as like checklists, big checklists, all I got to do is write.
Where's the sensor?
That's dope. It's in here.
Jennifer, I see you locked. Okay, I see you. Do a little thing.
Oh yes. Oh, we is locking. Is we locking? Look,
yeah. Yes.
Look at us. Go, sisters, go. We going. Because I don't know. I know I'm about to go all over the place. Because I ain't seen y'all a long time and y'all like family and I ain't talked to y'all, even though everybody doing crazy stuff and being, Black women, we just decided to get a degree because we woke up and breathed God's air. Like,
you're right about
that. I woke up and I'm still breathing. Let's go get a degree. Jennifer, what's going on? What's going on, sis?
Nothing. I just finished my last class in my MBA in cybersecurity. So, yeah.
So Jennifer about to be the one like out here making some real money. I feel you.
Girl, there's a bunch of jobs up here because we live in Maryland. Like in DC, there's a whole bunch of cybersecurity jobs. It's nothing but cybersecurity jobs. I think a lot of them are remote.
Yeah, it's booming.
So
it's a booming industry. And the thing is, I can do part-time and still be a band director. And yeah, that's crazy how the part-time pay could rival our full-time. But that's another episode.
You're not doing that. Don't you talk about it.
Episode 16. What's this one? 15, episode 23.
Yeah.
Jennifer about to open up a whole new can of worms
episode
right there.
23. But no, other than that, we just had our Christmas concert and stuff, and I'm just happy. We have 2 more days of work. Not going to Midwest, unfortunately, but it's I'm gonna be home with my family, so can't be too mad.
Listen, for real, Jennifer, seeing you at Midwest, I was like, first of all, I knew we'd be kindred spirits. Firstly, I said, this is someone I would cut up with. Like if we were in band, we would be some fools.
We have some good times now.
Yes. Yeah, I met Lia at Honda. What'd you say?
That was the Honda that we met right before COVID hit. And we finally met in person, and that was because that was right before you caught. Well, we didn't know what it was yet, but yeah.
COVID daddy.
You had COVID before COVID.
Yeah, that COVID daddy. That COVID daddy made me talk to Jesus on my couch. I was like, Father, can you hear me? I was like, I think I'm coming soon.
But no, we were like trying to run to meet each other. I remember that we was looking for each other all throughout that stadium. I was like, I am not leaving here until I give Krystal a hug.
Like we walked half a mile around the stadium. It was like, I'm all the way over by Z. Where you at? Damn. All right. I guess I'll catch a flight
at the end of the alphabet. You at the middle of the alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
And you were on the field, right?
Yeah, but then it turns out like you were staying like 20 minutes away from my mom's house, like 10, 20 minutes away from my mom's house. We found that out afterwards. I was like, hell, we could have just hung out later.
Yeah, we just could. Yeah, because
we were in McDonough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't need to be around all these people. When you grown, you don't need to be around all these people. You can just meet with our grown-up money.
Right. I used to run. Oh, it's Battle of the Bands. Now I'm like, oh, it's people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Look,
I'm just looking for the Saras or the bros with the houses now. I'm like, who house we going to? Because this is
Right.
this.
Right.
Right. And Airbnbs, they just like hotels. You might as well get a hotel.
You
now.
might as well get a hotel. Like,
Airbnbs
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not
Airbnbs
out there myself and paying a cleaning fee. I'm not doing that.
Right. Exactly.
I feel like the swing has happened. Because remember, Airbnb's got like mad popular, and it was they got greedy. So now I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the hotel life. Krystal, where you staying in Chicago?
It's my favorite place, and nobody stays there. But that's partly that's why. At the Silversmith. The Silversmith. Okay, so I have a little thing about like historic places and like
haunted. Got it.
No, come on, sis. Don't do me like that. No, it's really nice. It's like 1950s, like the old phone but it's real swank. It's swank. That's the way I could describe it, and it's expensive, but it's swank. Lauren, like, yeah, we stayed there last year. Lauren was like, oh, you got money, but I don't want to be where everybody at. First of all, that's a whole nother topic when we talk about when women travel. If we not with our male counterpart, how you give a guy, another episode 24. All right, with all that being said, welcome back, ladies. Welcome back, ladies. This is the dress code, and like this topic came because I was at the Women Band Directors International Conference. My first year there, where I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and one of the hot topic sessions at the conference was attire. And I kind of never thought about it until other people started talking. I was like, damn, yeah, I do be feeling like that. Yeah, I do kind of stress out about what I'm putting on my body. And you know, black bodies are shaped a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta, you know, we get sexualized just by breathing. I feel like, oh, she's breathing air. She's trying to be sexy. What? No, I just don't want to look stupid. Like, I just don't want to look stupid. So this is the dress code, and the topic is, should we retire the attire? And that's kind of a play on words. I'm not saying that I feel one way or another. It's just, I thought it was a good topic, and it really touches women dearly, because at that conference, man, the stories that the women were talking about, I don't think men know this is like a big deal for us. And we'll talk a little bit about in general what people wear. So the question is, what is your dress code for yourself when you're performing music? What's your dress code for yourself?
Who's going first? I'll go. Okay, so for me, it depends on like if I'm playing or if I'm conducting, and then what type of concert it is. You know, I have like a couple of different things that I wear. If I'm playing, it's just, you know, like probably a black shirt like this, maybe even this one, the black pants. You know? But if I'm conducting, I'll do like either I have a really nice gown that I like to wear. I don't like to conduct in heels, mainly because I'm already 5'9", and then the stage is really tall. And then on top of the podium, I just feel like I'm about to like hit my, you know, euphonium player in the head with this tip of my baton when I wear heels. So like I try to wear flats. But I don't know. When I graduate and get a job and start like making actual money again, I'm just gonna get something custom, because it's a whole thing every time.
So you be in the gown, daddy, with no heels.
No, I have one that I do for like fancier concerts, like guest conducting stuff, and you know, I put a lot of work in at the gym for my arms, so it's sleeveless. So I'm not mad at that. You know, trying to get it in there. But like for like regular stuff, I just wear like a suit. You know, nothing really super special. But that's, like I said, that's because I haven't graduated and got a job yet. So once I get a job, I'm definitely getting something cute and custom made that I can move in and feel comfortable with, and wear flats but not look crazy in, you know, all of that stuff. So any seamstresses out there, hit me up because I'm gonna be in the market.
Listen, y'all need to drop your stuff. Y'all know friends who be looking for business. Like we got money. We grown ups.
I don't have money yet. It's coming though.
Listen, man, we spot you, man, and we like, oh sis, that's cute. We got you. Let's see. Who want to go next? What you wearing? When
I nominate Jennifer because she's always fly on the podium.
Oh my God.
That's Lord. Go ahead, talk about that little. I don't want to call it the Michael Jackson daddy, but that was
like, what did I call it? I forget what I called it. It was a play on the male concert attire. I forget what it was called. I got to go back to my Facebook and look because it was hilarious. I got so many like DMs about that title of what I called her. Either way, I'm shaped like a white woman, so I can get away with a lot. That was funny. I'm sorry. No hips, no thighs, no nothing. Okay. Either way, it's all coming on back. So I do my squats and all that. So I'm getting a little bit back. But I just decided to wear, it's like this conductor's, but it was tight with the tails on the back, but I wanted to wear leather pants. And then I was like, well, I might as well wear high heels. So I am the 6-inch heel conductress, whatever you want to call it. But I'm 5'3", so it's hard for me. Even when I like sometimes when I go places, they only have the one tier of the podium, and if I wear flats, like no one can see me. So I always wear heels, thinking that they only have one tier, anyway. Now when I did my performance I did the FAMU performance, I think I did the consortium when I did it with my middle school. I think I wore a dress. So stuff like that, I wear more formal attire. But I like for my spring concert, my winter concert, I'm gonna dress less formal. But the way I feel now, and the way my thought process is now, I'm just gonna be a renegade. I wear what I want to wear at any time. It shouldn't be about what I wear anyway, long as my band sound good. But that's neither here nor there.
First of all, it's that long as my band sound good for me, because ooh. But I did like your. I like the little top. The top was really cute.
The top was $2. I bought it off a website called Whatnot.
What?
App.
Let me write that.
That app called Whatnot. It's like it's addicting. Okay, and you got to catch it at the right time. Whatnot. The Lord
was like, are the sizes true, or were you wearing like a 3X or something?
No, it's not a website where you buy instantly. It's like a quick eBay. So like you go and you follow, like, because I like vintage clothing that you can't really purchase everywhere else. So I go on there and they'll say like, oh, this lady's having a show at 8:00 in the morning. So I
www.whatnot.com.
Well, go to the App Store, and so they do a lot of. I buy a lot of my clothing, most of my clothing from there. And they send it right to you. So it's vintage clothing at very cheap prices. They might say, I'll start this bidding off at $1. And nobody else will bid. So boom, I bought that.
It's a thrift store online. Okay.
Online thrift store.
It's not about to be mad expensive. It's a online thrift store that has like $3 shipping. And when you buy like more than one thing, they bulk it together so you don't have to pay. I love it, y'all. It's the best. I bought all my stuff from there. And so I woke up and I said, let me look on Whatnot. And she said, I have this weird piece. And it's like, it's high up front and long in the back. I said, got it. Mm-hmm. Put y'all on free game, Whatnot. And it sells not just clothing, it sells everything. Christmas decor, Halloween decor, shoes, games. It's for gamers if you like that.
What? Don't tell us that. Oh, look. It says choose your interests. And Krystal, it says Lego on here. Lego.
Oh Lord, you trying to spoil my child?
Yes,
you can
I am.
But the bidding is like 10 seconds, so you can just bid real quick, and it's not like eBay where it takes days. It's instant.
Listen, Jennifer, you about to ruin all our budget.
Sneakers and streetwear. Oh, Krystal.
All of my Christmas
vintage
came from whatnot. So
I'm watching us shop now. They about to be watching us shop. Be like, oh, sis, do you see this?
Right.
You should be
downloaded it.
You man.
So you get sponsored by them. Sponsorship. Anyway.
Sponsored by whatnot.
Share this with them. Come on. Hit us with a sponsor, daddy. But all right, so Jennifer has proclaimed that she has a white woman's body.
I do.
Feel free to take one thigh of mine. You can take one. Just you can have one. I think
my capacity is temporary. I'm getting black. I'm getting back to black. Okay.
Yeah, you can take one of these thighs because these things, my knees hurt. That's like that TikTok. My knees hurt. Yeah, you girl, you cute. Yeah, my knees hurt. That's why I'm always in the gym. I'm just trying not to fall apart, you know. But yeah, your outfit was cute, and I hear you. See, I gotta tag myself in. I'm short too, Lia, which I completely understood when I saw you in person. I said, yeah, damn, I'm short. Okay. She was like, you probably thought I looked like you look taller. I know. People like you look tall on TV or whatever on social media. I was like, where? You can't tell. My feet swing when I sit.
It's called Napoleonic complex.
Shush, hush now.
You know what's crazy? I really do
people on the right.
Heels. It's just so like I'm 6'1" with heels on it, which is nothing's wrong with that. But when you're not used to being 6'1" on a podium, it's weird. You only do a concert day, and I'm not wearing heels every day for work.
We about to mute Lauren because she's like actually shopping.
I'm
right
shopping.
Now.
There is no clothes. There is no show. I'm just shopping, y'all. I'm
telling you.
Everyone in the chat laughing at us. He probably feel like he watching a bunch of wives just go through their husbands like
we done turned into the HGTV. Wait a minute, what is it? The OVC channel, the shopping network.
We're not gonna get through no questions.
My outfit was called.
Okay. I'm here looking at the list, Lauren. This is what you was looking at the list.
Yeah, I should have did.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Toxic masculinity.
So let me answer this question so I can focus. So I'm glad Jennifer mentioned size because I am a big girl. I'm well endowed in my midriff and in my thighs and up here, and you know. I guess I got a butt because that's fat. But anyway, so when I was in college, I would wear pants. I was always against wearing skirts and stuff. And I'm glad like my sororities, they didn't make us wear like skirts on the days where we had to wear nail and stuff. I just didn't like skirts. But now that I'm gigging, I gig on clarinet. The principal clarinetist of the Hopkins Concert Orchestra, and what we normally wear is all black attire. So I've been embracing dresses more. So I do the black dress, the black stockings, and black heels. I can't do stilettos because I can't walk in them. So I do more of the platform heel with the pointed toe. But yeah, I would like to, whenever I get more money, I would like to do what Lia does and get custom made stuff because this black dress, I got it from Ross. I like shopping for economical. My grandmother told me never say cheap, say economical. So I'm gonna say economical. I love shopping for economical dresses. I just wear these dresses from Macy's or Ross, and I usually wear those dresses when I'm performing. Concert black is like the traditional thing. Sometimes it's white tops, but who does that anymore? They do that in grade school and high school. And I have to be mindful because of my size. I am 5'8". I'm not going to tell y'all my weight, but it is over 300 pounds. I have to be mindful of covering my assets. Big on the first three letters of that word. I have to be mindful of, my thighs. Everything has to be below the knee. I have to be mindful of my chest. I've never in my life I've had small chest. I've had to be mindful of that on a daily basis all my life. So especially in a performance, I can't have any of this showing. I have to be mindful, like, get what is it called? Spanx. Because, I'm bigger, but I don't like to look sloppy. So I try to look smooth as much as I can. Not the whole point is not to try to look skinny. The whole point is just try to look smooth and presentable. So yeah, I think the Concert Black is safe for me, but I would like to get something custom made as well. I would like to, because I'm getting into performing more, I would like to change it up a bit. Using black, but having different types of styles. There was a band director last year. She was that you, Jennifer, that had the ruffled top and the long bottom? Was that you, or was that somebody else?
I've definitely seen Jennifer Ware.
Johnson. She SAI.
She's
too.
SAI. Yeah, she's SAI. I loved her attire.
Oh, yes, I remember.
I'm about to be on Facebook about the gosh, because everybody's like, where'd you get it from?
So while you guys are looking for that, Lauren, I have a question for you. So you mentioned every something above the knee because of your size. So I've been a plethora of sizes. I've run the gambit, since I've done all this. Mm-hmm. But what are your thoughts? Well, actually, everybody, what are your thoughts about the above the knee thing? Period. Me personally, especially if you're playing, I don't think above the knee is appropriate.
Kelly Johnson. Now SAI sister Kelly Johnson.
Yes. Kelly's outfit was amazing. I remember that Facebook post that blew up.
Yes.
But the above the knee thing, I feel like that's an across the board, or maybe no. So Jennifer's no. So yes,
I don't let my kids wear it, and so I'm not weird. When they sit down, our stage is higher than the first few rows of the audience. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we want one show, not two. So if you do wear something that come right to the knee, you got to wear black stockings, like the dark tights, not even sheer stockings. You have to have something under your dress. So
right.
And if if I tell them don't do something, I don't do it.
All right. So we're all in agreement. Above the knee is
because like you said, that stage height. And we're gonna talk about performer attire next, but that stage height is dangerous for girls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I tell my students flat out. When I was teaching high school, I just flat out told them. Actually, I told the class because I don't care. I was like, "Look, nobody wants to see your panties, and that angle of the stage will show them. So you're not going to wear that."
Right there. I don't want to see your yahoos or your boo-boos.
Right. As far as somebody my size, and I do have a little bit of back, so I'm mindful. I try to do below the knees because it rides up in the back. So if it's above the knee, it will be higher than what the dress is actually intended to be. So I always try to wear a longer length dress so it doesn't ride up. And above the knee doesn't work for me.
Above the knee don't work for really anybody.
My general rule has always been it needs to be at or below the knee when you sit down.
Yeah. Because you don't want to turn into a church mother and start laying scarves on the girls' laps and
Babe, I'll send you home. We ain't laying nothing down. I done told you. I gave you a handout and I told your mama, I'm sorry you're not ready for today.
My first year teaching, I was paranoid about that. I made all of my students, not just the girls, but all of my students bring me their clothes to check off as a grade before the concert. I was like, I need to see what you're wearing. Bring it so I can check it off, and this is going to be a grade. Mm-hmm. And I gave them that as a grade for my first concert because that situation was a lot. So I trust nobody.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that because I have a band director friend. I was talking to him a few days ago, and he's a middle school band director. He was he was kind of upset at the girls. Some of them wear stiletto heels, and not open toe heels, but like the sandals, like where you have to strap them up and stuff, which I think that age it's not appropriate anyway, because they're in middle school, like, you know. But I don't even think that's appropriate for a concert. Stilettos, I would say they're fine if they're like the pointy ones. It depends, but I feel like at that age they shouldn't be wearing all that anyway, especially those the heels where you strap it up and stuff, and they, you know, yeah, not for a concert.
I like that comment that is made, because I tried this is the first job, well, not first job I had, but this is, I make sure I get them concert black, and I make sure, or like my first job we had blazers and khakis, and they always acted differently when they had those clothes on. Now I'm in a different job, and they act well anyway. But I just say, hey, we're all black. You know, let's just go. You know, next year we're going to get concert black attire with our funds. But it's just a different look. It's a different thought process when they see everybody dressed up like they're going to a formal dinner or eat a formal meal, or, you know, they don't view it as a performance. In my brain, like when I put on those clothes, I feel like I'm going to go be with the bougie and elite. And I think when they do that, they feel like that too, inadvertently. So they just tend to act differently. And like he said, like they just said, it teaches class. That's true. That's 100% true.
I think we all kind of like that's a real Kokomo Jack. That's it right there. It's discipline. Like it does change their mindset about what they're doing. That's my personal experience. I had an all-girl band, but I'm gonna talk about me, and I gotta put this this question because we already on it, so I might as well just put it up there. But I found, for me, because I'm shapely.
Thick.
Did you say thick?
She said, "Oh no, I told my dog to sit." I'm sorry.
Damn, sis. I said shapely. She said thick. Damn it, that's not what I'm trying to.
No lies are told.
I told my dog to sit, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute
Diego,
myself.
you're doing a good job, baby.
I am.
Right here.
I am not thin. And shut up. But it's hard. It is hard for me because I could put that thing in a trash bag and it's gonna bubble out. And it's just gonna find its way. It's gonna find its way to be in your face. And so, you know, even like I actually hate conducting because I know everyone is looking from the behind. I have a long suit jacket, like it's a long black lab-like coat. It's black. I used to have a white one, but I have a black one, and I would wear the white one on over top like a black pantsuit because it covers the assets. And from behind, I didn't feel like people were like zooming in on my ass. And no, but it's real because that's not what I want you to really be looking at when I'm conducting at all. As much as people are like, oh, girl, if I had that, yeah, but in this environment, you know, like I said, we get over sexualized by breathing God's air. And so I wear like pants. I found this wonderful long romper. It's a black romper, and it just it's my impression of it is like a box. Now you can still see I have hips, but the pants are wide leg. The top doesn't really fit, and it has a belt, and that's about as much of an accentuation of my figure you'll get. And if I put that black suit coat over it, then you really don't see. So I really try to cover up, to be honest. I try to cover up a lot. And the only thing I like to have that's special is my shoes, because I like shoes. I just bought a bunch of shoes. God bless me. Lauren, no, I just bought a bunch of shoes. That's why I don't know. But I'm short, so I do want to have a taller presence. I do, because let's be honest, a tall presence has a command about it. And I know if I get up there with my little dwarf self, you know, the podium's already like here, and then my arms are shorter. So I do like heels just because it gives me a little bit more height. Like Jennifer was saying, those podiums don't always have more than one tier. So standing on it with the tier, I'm what, 5'6". That's a joke. I didn't even really get tall. So I do try to wear like pants. I don't even wear dresses. And if I do, it's all the way down to my ankle, and I don't like how they look. It makes me look like a school marm. I don't want to be ugly, so I don't wear the dresses because I also have nice like legs. Like I know I have nice like legs. So even if I have on a dress and it even comes to my knee, now you staring at my legs. I had one post on the internet. I did not think that much of it. Man, people's like legs. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So all black pantsuit.
It's interesting, like listening to everybody talk, because all four of us have mentioned that we've done something to compensate for something that we either have too much of or not enough of, or like this, that, and the third. And it's I don't know, it's just really interesting. Like you all wear heels. I don't wear heels because I feel like, not that it makes me too tall, it's just different from, the podium distance is different, and then like Lauren's like talking about like how you have to accommodate for this, you know what I'm saying? It always seems like we as humans or women, like we're always after maybe something that like we don't have or trying to conform. So like, where do we find, or how can we get to that point where we're not trying to conform to something that our bodies just don't quite do, or not, maybe not, or like maybe like make up for, or something like
possible. I don't think that's ever. I mean, I don't think that's because when you put on clothes, you judge yourself. Anytime you put on something like it, you inadvertently judge yourself.
But are you judging yourself differently? Because like I know for me, like what I wear off the podium is completely different than what I wear on the podium. So what standard are we holding ourselves? I mean, outside of the, we don't want to give the audience a show, but outside of that, like, are we holding ourselves to a different standard on the podium?
I think we have to.
Compared with other people on the podium, like if we're on the podium, right, and we're wearing what's normal for the podium, like, are we trying to conform to like the traditional white guy? This is what he looks like on the podium. We're just going to make variations of it, or are we being our true, authentic selves on the podium? I guess that's what I mean.
I think for me, when I buy something, I still want it to be me. Like, and I think Jennifer captured that well with her attire. Like that romper is still me. Like it is me. It's something I would buy whether I was on the podium or not. So I never buy something that's just, I only take it out for the podium. It's something that if I got to go to a classy dinner, I'm gonna wear that. It's still my style. It's still like the style that I would wear. I ain't wearing no suit daddy. When I was younger, I used to try to wear like the blazer and we look like the letter T.
Did you just call it a suit daddy?
Yeah, I did. I ain't wearing, I'm just not wearing, like, because they used to put like shoulder pads in our stuff.
I like shoulder pads.
Oh, no, God, like just being a big girl.
You
being a big girl, they put shoulder pads in everything.
Like a linebacker.
You give me a good shoulder pad, I'm gonna give you a good time. Okay, I like me a good shoulder pad.
See, so like
I always used to cut them out.
I think that's like so unique though, because like someone like me, like I mostly wear suits and I hate it, but I also feel like, women's clothes, like my arms are super long. So like everything I buy, like, comes up to here or whatnot. So I always feel like I'm trying to maintain myself, but still kind of, I guess, conform. But it's been a struggle for me just because of my body type in particular, finding that middle. I would love to find a romper that do not look like I'm trying to wade in the flood. Like, so I feel like I'm stuck wearing men's clothes all the time because, we can't hear you.
The one I have on the flyer is that romper. It is my, like, and it just dresses well. And it isn't, I say I look like a box because I think, I'm really trying to not have my hips, like my thigh, do the thigh thing that it'll thigh on you. It's gonna thigh. But as far as like, I like Edwin. Edwin is the winner right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you paying attention to me that much. I want you really looking at or listening to and looking at my group.
But isn't that what we thought the goal was? And then what happened? We get a whole bunch of comments that forces us, because I can guarantee none of us was really thinking about all that until, somebody, how many of you have had somebody, probably a man, come up to you and make a suggestion about what you wear or something like that? I know I have.
Oh, they said something to me about my attire at the concert. Baby, I told my kids 3 days before, I said, I'm going to come through stepping, so make sure you stepping harder than me, because I'm fixing to make y'all look bad. And they was like, I bet you lying. I bet you lying. I said, oh, just wait, baby. And you better hope my bottoms ain't red, honey.
I conducted in a red party dress my first year at high school. A red party dress that flared out, which already accentuated, that like it. And to me, it wasn't short. It wasn't short and it wasn't revealing. But man, the comments after, I was like, because you can see my leg. It was really like you can see my leg and you can see my shoulders. I was like, ooh, sexy shoulders. Y'all tripping about shoulders out in these streets? Like, but I mean, also
that like that's what really turns you on. Like the littlest thing. The problem is certain thing. I don't want to say it has to be desexualized, but we have to put ourselves in a mind frame that we're in a professional setting. So when women conductors wear certain things, it's not to entice the audience, and some people, they just so I learned this on social media, they're just so down bad that anything turns them on, and they sexualize any little piece of skin that they see. Like it makes no sense, and we have to come out of that. I think the best way is education. I mean, you're not going to tell people how to feel, but at least tell them not to express that, because that's never the intent, to look sexy or to try to get attention, or, she thinks she going to get a man by doing this, or she's just trying to bring attention to herself, when that's never the intent of any woman band director that I know. The intent is to do our jobs, is to put on a performance, because this is what we like to do.
We're doing it because we want to be able to move. The women's clothes is so restrictive,
right? And that's another thing. So, and especially like for Black women, it's different for us, because when we talk about, I know this is a question, when we talk about attire, like performance attire, when we talk about dance attire, or anything that we put on that a white woman will put on, it looks, the average white person puts on, it looks fine on them, it looks professional. But with us, because we're more well endowed in certain areas, it automatically sexualizes us. So I think it would take education and also having conversations like this, because this topic really needed to be a podcast, because all of us have been in a position where we've been shamed for what we wore, when we haven't, that wasn't even our intent. And it's not just men, it's, older women, it's, other women, people who are on this whole respectability path when we weren't even trying to be disrespectful in the first place. So one, I feel like we do have to check those people, first of all. And secondly, we have to have more conversations about these, so we could tell our girls and our boys too. We have to teach them not to put girls in a box, and also we need to teach girls to have confidence about themselves enough to wear whatever attire pleases them.
I think that's a good segue into this next question. We kind of sort of talked about attire for ensembles. It seems like concert Black is just it. Like just all Black, because white gets dirty. Safe. It's very safe.
Shades of white.
Yeah, but Black is Black. Well, it can be ashy, but on the stage, nobody really can see. And for kids who don't have a Black t-shirt goes a long way. I mean, even if they flip it inside out because there's something on the front, on the stage, unless you all the way up in their grill and zooming in, you're not going to tell that it's just a black t-shirt. Like if everybody's wearing black, everybody kind of blends in together and you get to focus on the music in black, I feel like. And that leads me to this question I'm putting in here, because this is sparked from a post I saw, and I was a little shocked at the male delegation's take on this, because I have some strong feelings about it. Kind of one of the things that I feel like I push back on is some of these gender separative things, because we just not there anymore. But so the question, did it come up? Bam. No, not that. Come on, think it take a while to catch up. Well, the question is, do you think dress code should be gender-based? Do you think dress codes should be gender-based? Should ladies be required to wear something different from men? Required.
No, because I don't like playing in a dress. Look, when I'm playing and going, my legs is like this. I don't like playing in dresses.
Clarinet player here. What we gonna do? Cross our legs and play it to the sides?
Yeah. No.
Like saxophone.
I sit like a dude when I play.
Play a jaunty tune. We're gonna play
even saxophonists, they're supposed to play with the instrument between their legs, not on the side anyway. So that's, So,
teacher.
My thought is if we buy concert black, I'm gonna say these are the two options. You pick which one you want. Like, I mean, you're gonna have a concert black dress attire, you're gonna have a concert black tuxedo. I don't care as long as it's one of those two. Don't come here with anything else. But my other place we had blazers, school blazers with bow ties, and cummerbunds, and khaki pants. Like that's just what we wore. So I mean, that was never an issue. You know what I mean? And that's more of a male type of outfit, quote unquote. So yeah, I think all girls, we wore red bow ties and white tuxedo shirts with, black blazer. And it was kind of a play on the Janelle Monáe, because a lot of them really liked her as, fashion and music. And people always say, oh, they look sharp. But I did it because it kind of took away the sexualness of them as performers that people can do even to children. It's sad and sick. But the fact that they had to wear pants, I said pants are safe. We got tuxedo pants, white tuxedo shirt, red bow tie. They always made it into the cover of whatever the school systems, like pamphlets and stuff, because they just look so sharp. So someone posted this question and it was like, oh, my girls wear dresses. I was like, do you say girls wear dresses? It was like, no, my girls have to wear a dress. And if it's something that they disagree with, we have a conversation. And then that's pretty much it. I was like, whoa.
Who said that? Never mind.
It's a lot. It was just kind of a lot of, this is what I told them to wear, and nobody's complained. I said, you a guy telling a woman, girl, teenager, what to wear. You don't think that she's just listening because we're supposed to? Like, especially from a band director perspective. Our band directors can be like generals, and we are privates, and we are supposed to follow the orders. So sometimes I always felt like someone outright said they hate it. I said, you not listening? Are we still not listening? They not listening. I said, address. I said, you know what you're going to come into soon? People who may look like one thing, and they're going to say, I identify. And I said, please don't play that game in 2022. You're going to get sued. The right one, and it's not going to be who you perceive to be a girl by born identity. It's going to be one of your boys. And they're going to say, I don't think it's fair that they get to wear a dress and you're telling me to wear a tuxedo, or you're telling me to wear pants. I said, you better leave it. If you don't want to fight that battle now, maybe just pick something that everybody got to wear. That's my feelings on it. But I'm telling you, honey, they was like, I just tell them wear a dress. I said, have you ever worn a dress while playing? There's a reason they said they don't want to. Lia said it. It's uncomfortable. Well, they not uncomfortable. How you know? Put it on. Zip that thing up and let them tatas be stuffed in there, and you get hot. Then the sweat start to, we start to get that sweat.
All like extra tight all the time. It's hard to breathe in some of them with the bodices.
It's hard. It's restrictive. Yeah, it's not it to them. It looks comfortable because it flares out at the bottom, but they don't know what's happening at the top. It's starting to restrict your breathing. If you had a nice Thanksgiving, Christmas break, you come back. That thing is like trying to stuff a ham inside of a Ziploc bag, and you like this, and I'm hot, and it's black most of the time. They just was like, no, I'm not hearing it. I was like, you're gonna run into the wrong one, and they're gonna challenge you all the way to your pocketbook or your wallet.
Bless them. Good luck.
Are we in agreement? Are we really still telling?
And let's talk about these bands. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess.
Mommy.
She's so big.
Put the baby. Hey, baby. Unless you don't want them on TV, because I understand.
Look at that.
Oh, look at her little face. Oh, hey, pretty girl.
One thing that I hate,
I'll go right there.
Okay, walk over there. Let's talk about the band polos and how I feel like there should be a women's cut and a men's cut, because y'all inadvertently give these girls these unflattering polos. Like, I hate it. I always try to order women's cut and men's cut clothes. Always. Like, I'm not gonna just tell my girls we're gonna do a bulk order of all of the t-shirts. I mean, the t-shirts, okay, I'm gonna do one bulk order, but the polos, because I don't want like I told the high school director last year, I said, tell me what size, what cut, because it depends. That's going to determine my size. We got to do all that. And so he said, well, it's going to be a women's cut for you. And I was like, okay, I want give me a medium, because they run a little skinnier. And so his man I got that shirt. Let me tell you something. That thing came to my kneecaps. I said, let me see. He said, well, polos are polos. I was like, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
That's why I said the fact that you disregarded what I said shows me that you don't even care what how your kids feel, pretty much. Like I'm telling you what, I'm asking you what it will be. You're telling me what you're gonna give me. Boom, boom. So I never want my kids to feel like that. So I try to definitely give gender specific, give options for both, if that makes sense, for everything. Like, other than t-shirts, of course, t-shirts are just gonna be, you're gonna get this gilded cotton. Okay, it's gonna be 100%. But the polos, I'm gonna get a woman's cut and a men's cut. Like, it's just a different thing. And that's not just concert black attire. This conversation can go towards. It can go towards that, because they want us to dress like a staff, but you want me with y'all shirts fit, but you want me to look like a bag of bones sitting over here looking crazy. And these, like, not talking about you, Lia, but like all these women who are in these college gigs, doing these things, their shirts are big too. I'm like, y'all let my girls look good. Y'all get them blazers. Y'all look up with them blazers and stuff, and them blazers are big. Baby, give us a
I hate my game day attire. I look so bummy every Saturday. I be like,
so much. Like, y'all look good. Y'all bought them blazers because y'all want to look good. Y'all bought that stuff. Okay, so let me tell you what blazer I want. Okay, let's get mine size to fit me, so it can fit you, like fit me the way yours fit you. You know what I mean? Like, they want tailored suits, but it's tailored for men. Like, we're not gonna do this. If we're gonna be all inclusive, we're gonna be all inclusive. So, boom, that's me.
I think though that speaks to a bigger systemic issue though, because so at Carolina, we actually do get. I mean, the suit jackets are that's just whatever, but like our stuff that we get, like, they do order a men's cut, not the polos, but like our staff stuff. But every year, the fit is totally different. So like, I wear a medium with shirts, and this year I just was like, give me a guy shirt, because I don't even know what I'm gonna get. Because like one year the medium, like, it was way too small, which is weird, because I'm not super like well endowed or anything like that. And then the next year, the same medium was like way too big, and then this medium was like stupid, and this medium was like, why am I swimming in this? Like, women's sizes are just so all over the place. Like, anyway, it's absolutely ridiculous. You guys know, like, one company you can wear jeans. I wear a 10, and what is that? One company's jeans, another company's jeans, I'm in a 16. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I'm glad you brought that up with the polos, because there's not just concert black for concert wind ensemble orchestral attire. There's like the run of the mill. Like I remember I got a poor observation score because they said I didn't dress up. This was marching band season.
Wow.
You know what I was wearing almost every day? A polo, khakis, and my custom Hirachis, which were the school colors and my name on it, and it said director. Since people was always confused about whether I was director, I said, "Oh, even my shoes gonna say director." So you don't ask me that dumb question 700 times. See, it says director on my shoes too, but they were like $200 sneakers, but they were fly. Like I think, and the principal was like, "Well, you don't dress professional." I said, "I dress like the football coach." Because essentially, this time of year is more about being able to walk around the school a half a mile with this band and parade block. It's more like I got to get on the field and show them how to march 8 to 5. And I'm not doing that in pumps, and I'm not even doing it in no slippery earls. I'm not doing that in no little flats on the little ballerina slippers with no support. I got bad feet as is. I wear sneakers now every day. I got marching band ankles. My knees and ankles ain't ever gonna be the same. But I'm like, so I did get the polo that was a woman's polo. Like I refuse because it's my band and I'm the top and this is what I'm wearing. Don't give me no blazer. And I got a score down because they was like, but this isn't professional. I was like, but y'all don't check the coach. You don't check the PE teacher. Listen, I'm not spilling Vivol all over this dress I just got from Express. It's not functioning. It's not functioning. So I think there's also that function. If it's too big, it doesn't function well, get caught on something. If it doesn't fit right, or if it's too tight, you can't move. Like there's so much into it where I think men's clothes is more designed for comfort because men don't want to be uncomfortable. By design, women are expected to be uncomfortable to look good.
As long as we look good, that's
all that matters. You can't breathe. Your band girls can't support that B flat you want them to, but they're wearing that dress, huh? People gonna be like, "Dang, she went on and on." It's like, yeah, a little bit. Okay.
Don't get me started. Them leggings was liquid leather, and that band sounded good. So, what more do you need, baby? I don't even like. The thing is like. At some point, people just left me alone. Like they just gonna leave me alone because at one point they gonna realize I don't give a damn. Like I'm gonna keep doing me. You can say my outfit is this and that if you want to, but what you eat don't make me go to the bathroom, baby. And once we realize that, like it's we just have to, as women, we always have to change. Like I don't wear my wedding ring to work because when I'm fixing the instrument, it's gonna get something. So I have to. My husband, he's not a band person, so he didn't understand that. So he's like, "You need to wear this." But I had to get up something else. Stop. I had to get a different ring. When I had on one outfit, my principal was like, "Hey, what is we had to wear joggers, holly jolly joggers." This happened like 3 days ago. So my joggers come from Fashion Nova, baby. I'm not gonna wear no like. Them old school Walmart joggers. Y'all remember them little Walmart joggers? They sell the bottom and the top separately. Mm-hmm. I'm not wearing them. My joggers are gonna fit. He was like, you think those appropriate? I said, send me home. If you don't think I should wear them, by all means. Do you think you're gonna send me home? He's like, no. They're not that bad. I said, look around, baby. She wears a t-shirt and leggings every day. And I wear holly jolly joggers, and you got something to say to me. All right, we're not gonna do this today. I said, if it's that bad, send me home. It ain't gonna hurt my.
So do you think that that per your words, you're built like a white woman, you don't get as much flack as you would if you were thick like Krystal?
Absolutely. I think if I was as radical as I am, if I was shaped like you, Krystal, I would have gotten in trouble. Because when I first met you, I said, Jesus, I didn't know. Like when I didn't know you had all that.
I feel like everybody has that same reaction when they meet Krystal in person the first time.
Okay, I said, I didn't know you was like that, bruh. Like, you know me, I'm like, okay. Outfits. I'm over here in my head. I'm like, if I had that, I would wear this. If I had that, I would wear this. But like, and also because of my personality too. So like, I think your personality plays a big part because I'm just so over the top. When I wear something like that, no one really bats an eye. But when I wore my conservative dress at FAMU, Dr. Shiver and Dr. White were like, Mr. After Watkins were like, oh my gosh, you wore a really nice dress today. And I was like, yeah, I can't believe it. Your hair is black. You didn't dye it. Right. This is why I don't do these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pretty much damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to point it out either way. So, right, like, I don't know.
Blonde hair, don't care. Don't care no more. I look like a Q-tip coming up on that.
Midwest, I had a different hairdo. I think that was, I don't know if that was last year or like
right before last year. Because every time I saw you, you was like a new person.
Take the wig off, put on another one. I don't care. It just depends on how I feel. I mean,
I miss my wig phase. I'm sorry.
it's
this fun.
You just have to like. I guess it's my personality. But if I would have been soft spoken and wore something like that, I think they would be more shocked. So I don't know.
I want to chime in this comment. My husband's a big guy. My husband's a big guy. I think when it comes, we talk about marching band uniforms, they're just stupid. They don't feel good at all. Mm-hmm. There's no comfort. That's not a gender item. That thing is just heavy, stinky, itchy, too long, too tight, too short, just too much of whatever you don't want and not enough of what you need. That's what a marching band uniform is. And I was actually saving like the marching band talk. Like I was trying to categorize it to concert band stuff, like, because that's like where we see a lot of variation. Of course, the marching band uniform, it's whatever's in that closet, that band, they fundraise for it. Some of the stuff, some of these marching band uniforms are terrible looking.
And
you know, I'm wearing Morgan attire, but that HU thing, that thing looked like spray. It got spray painted together. Like it's like graffiti wear. I'm taking a shot at the real HU. I don't like that uniform at all. It's just, and it's white mostly. So I feel like the wear on it is gonna be bad. Like it's gonna get.
You know what? I saw it up close at the game. It looked good. It looks good to me. It looks better in person. You have to see.
But you know what's crazy about these uniforms now is like now more people are going to those temp uniforms, like just the tops. They might have like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like they'll change the top each year for whatever show that they have. But and this can go with this conversation. They're always really tight. So like it's really unflattering on 85% of their band. Like it's horrible. It's course, and it's mostly core style bands that's doing this, and they gotta think of a different solution for this because they look terrible. Like it's literally for the slender, really slender DCI type body. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's for those slender people. And I'm not saying all DCI people are skinny. I'm not saying that, so don't bum rush my inbox. But I am saying that it's not built for, it's not all inclusive. There's spandex tops. It looks like spandex and it's horrible. I mean, it's unflattering in all the wrong places. And I'm tired of looking at it and I would not want to be in that band.
All right. So you mean like their uniforms are more like costume, like how they have
their costumes. They're like they're really costumes, but they might be like what? No, she's talking about Howard stuff. Okay, I hope she was talking about this ugly.
No, I think he talking about DCI because
okay, no, I'm asking about the DCI. Like you mean like they wear the uniform? You know how DCI they change their uniforms every year and they wear like It's costume. It's not even.
But
like,
it's fine for them because they all look like they copied and paste. Not the average high school. Okay. So like you're not gonna go to Pascagoula High School and put that little top on and think your kid's gonna look good, baby, because one group did a show and it was supposed to be the Starry Night painting. And I was like, this is the night, the morning, the evening. Like it was
dusk
terrible.
and dawn. From dusk to dawn.
Dusk to dawn.
So Jay said that because he's worked DCI, like a lot of Talk That Talk, they've done some DCI circuit. I know Rick has or do core style. It's from what I understand, it's meant to be lightweight. It has a different purpose for their movement style.
So, Chris, let me just chime in. I live in core style land, right? So let me just chime in real quick. I still think regular uniforms are necessary. So, like, even before I came to school here, I did the core style. Like, we were the whole, 200-person competition, that group. Those babies, first of all, marching band happens in the fall. So what happens when you get to like December? I mean, not December. Well, still December. Yeah, if you have a football band that's in playoffs. But like, what happens when you get to like late October and stuff? Like, it gets real cold on them Friday nights, and those babies still get cold. But also, like, they're like Jennifer was right. They're not moving that much. And those bands that are doing more dancing than playing, they just need to stop anyway. That's another topic for another day. But like, if you're doing like, they don't need to move that much to have everybody wearing spandex all year. That's a lot. That's too much. It's too much. I'm looking at this comment. Hold on.
Number one.
Yeah, I'm responding to
that
it.
money can, like you said, that money can be allotted other places because I'm pretty sure
Absolutely.
you are raising for one thing, and you got show shirts that look like flag core flags. You can tell your story a whole different way. Like,
exactly. It's just nice silks.
It's horrible. Like, I just would not. If I ever lost my mind and decided to be a high school band director, I would never put my kids in the top. I just couldn't do it. Like, I'm not saying I would stay with the traditional uniform, but I just don't think that I could because somebody's gonna feel uncomfortable. There's no way you can tell me that whenever those kids put those tops on, they say, "Ooh, this tight."
Right. And then like you do all that for 8 minutes on the field, and then you spend 3 hours your band is freezing in the stands. I don't know. I'm just too practical for that. I can't.
You don't have a dog in the fight.
Jack said they're not winning competitions anyway, so why have it? That's
baby, not winning. Now we're spending this money. Now you got all these jackets and these shirts. These kids got these shirts.
Damn, Captain Jack, that's cold. He said they're not winning anyway. Why you wearing that?
Yeah.
Wow.
But even the DCI visual. So I'm looking at this comment. So way back in the day, I did Crown for like half a season. So my mom told me to come home because it was getting real expensive, right? But this was when Crown still had those like the regular uniforms. They're supposed to be white, but they were really like cream like regular uniforms, the same amount of movement. Their uniform, they started changing up the uniforms to go with the show themes because they was thinking I was going to give them a higher visual score. They did not change the uniforms for the comfort of, I mean, they might say that, but they ain't changed uniforms for the comfort of the kids. They changed them to increase their visual score because the first corps that started to do that, I don't remember which corps it was, but they incorporated the top into the show.
That's called general effect. When general effect became more points than the let me not. That's episode 25. Okay.
Kokomo Jack.
that GE and that visual score. A lot of times, even though music's always the highest score, but a lot of times that GE and that visual score can tip you a lot. And bands started putting a lot more effort into those.
So let's take a vote. The DCI slim body daddy. With the changeable top, all in favor of the attire.
Gotcha. You said of the changeable top?
Of retiring that attire.
Oh,
you know what? I don't have a dog in that fight. I really don't.
I need it, but I'm thinking about
it
the
does
baby.
sound ridiculous. It does sound ridiculous because it makes. What does that have to do with your high school? And they're right. I don't know. He, she identifies as, but yeah, like that's expensive.
It looks good if everybody looks the same.
That into their scores
and they wear their band hat.
Right.
They wear band hats.
Like,
them bulky band hats with spandex shirts. Get on that. Bye. Clock out.
So from the network, it's all about general effect, but I never stated it was because it was lighter breathable. I just said that it was. So it's lighter. I don't know. I ain't buying them.
It's all semantics.
I ain't buying them. I've only had the pleasure of buying one set of uniforms. It set us back $60,000. But if you ever look at those uniforms, if you ever look into my pictures, those are some sharp. We took a lot of care into the design of those uniforms, and we got them joints with the snaps on it because we thought about comfort. Like I hated that my pants I always look like an Oompa Loompa. Like I always look stupid. I always looked like I was walking on my own feet. I couldn't really march well in it. The neck was always like a funnel. One game it rained and we were on the field. It was raining like cats and dogs. We were playing Earth, Wind, and Fire. God was like water. And it funneled all the way down. Like I remember like no one is experiencing this like I am because it's a funnel and the water's pouring inside of my uniform. I think when people had the opportunity to revisit the marching band uniform that may be in the closet, they need to think about some things that wear and tear go wrong. Like my uniforms, we got the snaps that you didn't have to get somebody to hem. They have those snap breakaways, so you can take a strip of the sleeve off because it snapped on rings until it was longer, or you could take it away shorter. And it did cost more. It cost more. The pants, same thing. They had the expandable waist. They had the built-in belt, that can suck into the waist for smaller people. But then they had the expandable waist on the inside. Like those of us who have kids, especially I have a boy child, his pants up until now, he's in men's clothes. They had this little drawstring on the inside because they know boys, they don't know how to use belts. We really went with an interchangeable uniform. Something that kids could go to the bathroom in. They go to the bathroom and they don't come back because it's 27 layers. It's 27 layers.
I will say though too, like when you're picking uniforms. So I do our uniforms here at South Carolina. So like for the past 3 years, I've been dealing with almost 400 uniforms a year for everybody. I will say be careful with the material because like the lighter material, yes, your kids aren't, dying in the sun. However, there's got to be a happy medium because those super light materials, guess what happens with that wear and tear? And uniforms go through a lot during the season. Krystal was absolutely right with the snaps. Snaps are awesome. Snaps are amazing. But that material, just be careful because like the lighter material, the more you're going to have to replace pieces. So watch out for your budgets, guys.
Yeah, they had lining that even the lining, there was a thicker lining that would snap on the inside and you could just pull it off like with the snaps.
That is dope. Like that is dope.
So we went in on the uniform. The uniform is a good uniform and it's a design that can be duplicated because I also thought about the next director that might have to order more. And that's something.
Where'd you order?
Stansbury.
From where?
Stansbury.
Oh, okay.
But it ain't for the lighthearted because the capes was 6,000.
Yeah, no, that was expensive.
The capes were 6,000, but we did capes where how those buttons, right? We had them with the button because one thing I hated in March Madness, my cape will always come off because I was little. The buttons rip off, and so you walking around with safety pins and stuff. They had this double clamp that kind of like, the little hook. So it hooked the cape on and you pull it. But it wasn't a button, so to speak, that would easily sewn on button that come off, pop off. So it's a lot. We thought real hard about that uniform. And hopefully, you know, the next group, they get to use it for years. Like, and they think about how much easier it is. Because I don't think we think about all that. The overlay, someone just said, I had an overlay in college. That thing is stupid. Kokomo Jack said he had the overlay. You gotta go to the bathroom. You need to go with a friend.
Yeah, we had that.
Yep.
I've had that before.
I didn't do that. It just zipped on the side. Our uniform was a jacket that came across, zipped here, zipped on the side, one zip you can do yourself, you in. I was like, yeah, we ain't doing all that.
We had, let's see, NCCU, we had the zipper, and then we had the overlay with 2 buttons, and somebody else had to help you. And, you know, here we had to do it at the neck, you know, and then we had to put the cape. People be tease us about our capes, but we had our silver cape that we put on top of the overlay. So,
Derek,
you know, it was a lot of it was a lot of work.
I miss having the cape at Savannah State. We used to have the capes and we used to we marching in.
You have to have cape. I still have one.
You got the cape.
Yeah, I still have the cape. It's not on me though. I wish I had it, so I'll show y'all. So show the podcast. But yeah, we had the cape. We put our hands through it, so when we put it out, it would look like an eagle.
All right, vote. All right, vote. Retire the attire. Vote. All right, vote time. All in favor of capes? Y'all no capes? What is this? The credits capes.
Just like old girls said on the Incredibles.
I like capes.
No capes.
I like capes.
I love capes. When you hit that room,
you
get that.
Yeah. I like capes, but we do movements that's been like for our movements for our program, like, you know, based off of that. Now, I'm like I said, I teach middle school, so I don't need no cape, but whatever. But in college, them with like they don't have. Yeah, they do. Do they have a cape? Yeah, they got like a little small side cape. It's not one that goes from here to here. I don't think it is. It's right.
Yeah, down. A side cape. That's what we had.
Yeah.
So we had one like a one side.
We have movements where you got to grab the cape and it's a visual. But you know, I like
the Ghost in the Machine said cape for band, no cape for DMs. Let me tell y'all a funny story about drum major capes and why I agree with this statement. Full-hearted blooper time if you can find a video. Yeah, if you can find it. So there was a certain particular game where our drum major went to do the Notorious back then, because a lot of people don't know, like historically, Morgan's band was for a long time patterned after Southern University because the director at the time was from Southern, John Newsom. Anyway, so the drum major, we always did that one drum major thing. Now they don't, you know, change happens, but he went for his back bend and he put his hat on the cape. And he could not come out of the back bend because he pinned himself into a back bend. So I am all for no. It was hilarious because there was a floundering moment where he couldn't, you know, because I'm sure, you know, when you go back, and I used to be able to do a back bend. When you go back, you lose your line of sight. And so you're supposed to tilt your head back. That's why that's the symbolic of the long hat, is because back bend wise, it can support you and you can come back up beyond your tilting point. Well, he was pinned by his hat and there was this floundering like a fish. I think at first the audience thought that, see, you're laughing because you can see it in your head. At first the audience, I think, thought it was like for effect because there was like this shimmying until they realized he was stuck. And eventually your legs just can't handle it no more. And so down he went. This happened twice. No cape. No cape for DMs. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I mean, I feel that. I don't hate capes. I think it just depends on the school and the you know, budgets and situations and how old the uniforms are, and you know, just a lot of things. Like capes aren't something that I'm gonna spend money I don't have on. But if we got it and we're at the right type of situation, then yeah, you know.
I got a question about plume.
I like capes. I like capes, but they can't be tacky. There's a certain school, I'm not going to say their names because, you know, it's going to come off mean. But I'm glad they have new uniforms because their capes look like cheerleading skirts. Every time I saw them, like it and it was probably just as long as a cheerleading skirt. It was like a cheerleading skirt on their back. So it just has to look tactful. Me who went to NCCU and people teased our capes. I like that silver cape, so forget y'all. But yeah, it just has to be tactful, you know.
Yeah, my man
or
had
have
blue
like
with red capes. Them things are sharp. They're 6,000, but
yeah,
they look good. Cape. So we're split decision.
Yeah, the question about plumes.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So we used to have this chant like rock your plumes," and coming down like the street where everybody's got that same kind of, and you got a certain kind of plume. It's a cool effect. It's a cool visual, but some plumes are not all created equal. I don't like the feather dusters. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the feather dusters. First of all,
you know what?
It's an expense that they're expensive. That's all I'm gonna say. They're expensive and the wear and tear is terrible. And if they get wet, it's like dog. It's like a dog is gonna get mildew and mold. Stupid. Don't like them.
I think that with proper planning and proper storage equipment for them, the wear and tear doesn't have to be that bad. And like I said, planning, like so at Carolina, like we have like 2 different uniforms. We don't even take our white uniforms out in the rain like that. And like we're looking, and if it even looks like it's going to be cloudy, leave the plumes, under the bus, because But yeah, like when some things get wet and ugly and nasty, it's throw them away. Get some new ones.
So at NCCU we had feather plumes, but they weren't like the feather plumes that went up. They were feather plumes that went down, and they had the little silver streaks in them. So we only wore our plumes during halftime. Right before halftime, they would pass it to us. We get on the field, and then we would pass back the plumes. Like nobody had their own individual plume. Like the plumes belonged to the band. We never did them at parades either. Just halftime show. And yeah, the storage is like, the cone from like a paper towel or a toilet paper. So that's how we stored it. We just pushed it down and put it in between those little cardboard cylinders. So yeah, there's a way to do it, but your band staff, our band staff was on it. So your band staff has to be on it, and you have to know when to pull them out. Like I said, we just use plumes for halftime.
Like a lot of extra work.
Yeah, it is, but we had enough band staff to where they could work and pass the plumes down, put it on your hat, go on the field, come back once you're back in the stands, pass the plumes back down, and then put it in the bag. And when the band room became outside, when it moved right outside the stadium, they just put everything back in the band room. So you wouldn't have to do a lot after the game. So it was a well-oiled machine. So the feather plumes, we took care of them.
All right. I got one question because I don't know if we're going to get to all the questions, but this is a good conversation. This question has been burning me up ever since I heard them talk about it on Talk That Talk. We're going to refer to them as the Captain Daddies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The captain of the industry, the hat, the sailor suit, jacket.
I got too much hair for that hat. I ain't doing it. You will not see me ever.
I've seen some women wear the blazer and the whole getup. I don't like them. Period.
I feel like they're played out.
Yeah,
I feel like they're played out, and I like. I don't mind the blazers. I don't mind the blazers and the suits. I don't mind that, or even the gloves. I like the gloves because the band is supposed to see you anyway. That's what the white gloves are for. But the Captain Daddies, the hats, they're kind of played out. I like band staff now. This band staff, they wear polos sometimes, or they wear a suit other times. But I do like that athletic look of wearing polos because band is a sport, just like football. And, everybody is always moving, even the band directors. So, yeah, that Captain Daddy, that hat, the cruise captain ship hat, I just think it
I think we can make a play on it. I think I used to think if I got a college gig, what would I wear? Because I would not wear that outfit. I would have to make a play on it. My little stripe that come on the pants. First off, my pants was gonna be form fitted, and my little stripe that go down my pants leg was gonna be sequenced with something probably diamond encrusted. Give me some crystals. If I have to wear a hat, baby. If I had to wear a hat, whatever the logo is, was gonna be blink. Gonna have blink. It was gonna be tailor made to me and my personality. If it was gonna be,
we know this,
you have to wear this. Okay, all right. Well, to come through stepping,
it would have to be custom.
Jennifer is going to Janelle Monáe that joint up. We know it ain't gonna be 110%. There's the thing is like I'm gonna do what you asked me to do. I'm gonna do what you asked me to do, but I'm definitely gonna put my own person. I'm gonna make it mine. You know what I mean? But I don't do the polo. I don't like the polos. Okay, I don't like that because I feel like I gotta wear the band. It's like a band at the starter pack. You know, the polos, your khakis, and you gonna wear your book bag. I don't like that. Like I hate wearing that to the band. Ooh, I can't stand it. So I had to wear it to the competition. And I posted about it, and all y'all was like laughing at it or whatever. But we had our band competition, and so I wore my polo shirt, but I wore me some high waist mommy jeans, and then I had me some red and white Chuck Taylors. I had my nose ring in. I had my ear clip. Like, baby, I'm gonna do something to make that outfit mine because I'm not gonna walk around with that polo and my book bag. All right, with my khaki pants on and my New Balance, like every other band director does in the world. I look like a
New Balances.
Oh Lord, you didn't talk to Krystal. She's from DC. They love New Balances there.
Yes.
Lord.
Wait a minute, that's a little late. No, that's like that was like 1996, Lauren. We like Jordans.
They still now they like New Balances.
Who?
People from DC.
I mean, we wear, but not
Washingtonians.
How old are they?
What?
Are they like the millennials that ain't
I worked there for the past 5 years, so yeah.
How old are they?
Everybody, really. It's like ranging in age. Like the older people wear them, so do the younger people.
Are they walking to work because they're a good walking shoe? Like it's not because of style, probably. It's
no, they wear it for style. Here in Baltimore too, actually.
We're talking about New Balance. I do wear New Balance, and they got some.
I do too, but it's not like New Balance. It's just kind of like
it's big in DC. It's big in DC. That's what I was saying. I was teasing Krystal. I was like, hilarious.
All right, guys, I have to go. But it's been great. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, Leah.
Be easy. Take a break. I see you in like 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. See you in Chicago.
Bye.
Ooh. All right. I think we at the point where we don't like. I think we're saying we do not like. We just don't like the Captain Daddy. All right. Voting time. All in favor. Should we retire the attire of the Captain Daddy? All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
I have a background filter. So.
Jennifer, you're opposed? We know. Oh, no, you're in favor. Retire the Captain Daddy. All right, it's been properly moved that we are retiring Captain Daddies. Please send a message to your nearest HBCU band director who is still wearing Captain Daddies, no matter the gender, that we the delegation, have decided stop.
No more Captain D's, please.
Wear what you want to wear. I know for some people it's symbolic to, like, I don't know, being a captain or air pilot. I hate them things. I'm sorry. I hate them with a passion. Myra's clapping. This is terrible.
I think if they would have, listen, I like when I watch these, I will say that Atlanta,
back in the Gap, them old Atlanta high school, they used to have jamboree when they had their director outfits. I don't know if y'all seen them pictures of like them old director outfits. They used to come through. And I like that. They had like planned outfits for that occasion. Like I feel like college directors, y'all can do that. Y'all don't have to dress like y'all 80. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all running that, but you don't have to do that. Okay. No, we don't have to, we don't need to do that. We need to be trendsetters. You have a platform. Create a new norm. Okay. Create a new traditional look because somebody created that one. Why can't you be the director that creates the new one? I challenge you all. Okay. So, and we'll come back in episode 30 and talk about how you created.
Jennifer, not that she done made 5 new episodes on this topic. I'm putting you in charge of tables. I am appointing you to topics for shows because
baby, these people be getting tired of me, honey, because I just be like, y'all just, for some people, it's an egotistical thing. You have to have
it is.
You have to look like you have to look like you have done, like you are the what is it? Those people karate master, okay? Like you have to look like that.
It's sensei.
I don't have to look like since.
Well, some of them conduct like that, honey. Yes.
I mean, I don't have to have my. I don't have to look like that.
Some of them conduct like they took Taekwondo.
Baby, go to Midwest. Look, y'all know when you go to Midwest, I got the Midwest. I'm gonna do a post. The Midwest male starter pack.
Don't give me no ideas because the last time I made a starter pack, that thing went viral. Don't give me no ideas.
The Midwest male starter pack.
Oh,
they don't have a gray. Wait, listen. Now they gonna have a gray suit. It might be tailored almost, okay? They're gonna have 19 pins on lapel pins, okay? They'll have 19 pins. They're gonna have their little lanyard, and they'll have they might have a tie. They're gonna have them little brown shoes on with their little satchel. Okay. Now stop me when I'm lying. Then it's cold outside, so they had to check their coat. So they don't have that long black coat with their little scarf. Girl, I am over it. I'm just like, y'all need to let's think of. That's why I love seeing Omar Thomas when I go, because he creates his own narrative, and I love it.
It's nice where it's his own thing too. He has something that is his own, and I appreciate it. It's okay. What he wants to wear is not so much that is not it not has a clean look, but it's not a suit. It's kind of like, this is what I want to wear. It's kind of on the dashiki end, but it's like it's a clean look. So this last question is one that I see get mixed reviews about financial or fiscal responsibility of attire. And when I say that, band fees, and when it comes to students where we prescribe certain things they need or we want them to have. And I saw somebody was like, why y'all band fees $300? And I was like, because if we cover every student and the average, like a custom-made sweatsuit, on average, custom is about $100. Like for real. Like a custom sweatsuit with your school logo, if you got something on the back, you know, and those swish pants now is about $100. So you multiply that in spats are 10, gloves are like 10 now. Every inflation, it jumps up in a band jacket. It quickly is $250, $300, like easy. I don't care how you slice it. And if you multiply that times a band of 100, I know band directors that don't even have that remotely near in a budget. So someone's like, well, we feel like if directors want them to wear it, they need to pay for it. Like they need to provide it. I don't know. So the question is, who should be financially responsible for performance uniforms? My school wasn't. My school didn't pay a dime. The other school, joining school, paid up. But my school looked at it, was like, I mean, they literally were crickets. I've heard other school districts, but the entire fine arts department or the music department on the district level bought all the uniforms for the school district. Like every
Like
school
marching band uniforms.
marching band uniforms.
Okay, yeah, our district funds that.
Not
Every
up
4 years, I think.
Not up here, not at all. Like not even a little bit. They will never look at that because that invoice is steep to replace everything.
Or 10, one of those. Well, our band got bigger than our uniform, so we having to buy some more this year. So they doesn't come out of budget, it comes out of the county budget. But I live in an industrial place, so I have Ingalls Shipbuilding and we have Chevron, so we get a lot of tax dollars for education purposes, so we do get larger budgets. But when it comes to concert attire, we do ask them to purchase it, and if they can't, then of course we have a school. We have some with the school we can loan them, but we try to keep the same dress from middle school up through high school. And of course the boys have to change more so than girls, most times. But to keep consistency on the concert band realm, if you a wind ensemble, your dress is different. But concert band and on back to like middle school, then we have the same dress. So,
yeah, I don't know. I think districts should. I think that's a hefty bill for programs, especially if you.
It's a uniform. They pay for football uniforms. They pay for every other uniform. It's literally a uniform. Like that shouldn't even be a conversation. This shouldn't even be a question. But I mean, it's sad that it is, but it shouldn't be.
I feel like, if they want the program there, then they should be able to fund it. I think the issue with a lot of districts is that they try to hire band directors to play the financial person. Like, well, you got, this is your job. You have to raise money for uniforms. Like, no, that's not part of the job. You're supposed to help fund me and my program because you want this. You give the money. So I think that's where I'm at.
Fundraising for band uniforms is absurd. In my thought
it
process.
Is.
I just think it's absurd because
that's
a long process, and usually like the amount of money you have to spend is almost 6 figures. So like the fact that you even have to, it just doesn't make sense to me.
And then after you get the money, it takes a year to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is ridiculous because you're gonna have a whole new band by the time you get the uniforms.
Yeah, Yes, Snipes does like a bishop. He definitely I've definitely called him a bishop before. Yeah, that's 100% true. I can't get rid of it. That's the Yoko Kokomoko outfits I told y'all about. I ain't even
I respect to different because in a world where traditional style band has become a giant Xerox machine in many ways. Anytime I see something different, if somebody roll a marimba on the field, I'm gonna pay attention a little bit more because I'm like, damn, somebody finally did it. And I know Central has done it, but my point is, we don't always clap for innovation, and apparently not even for attire. Like if someone do something different, it's gonna make it to uncut. They're gonna drag it. They be like, "What is this? What is this?" Like if it looks anything different. Than the itchy bastard uniform that we had to get 12 people, a helper, an adjutant. We needed a seamstress. Like you had to have all of that for a game because we've seen some wardrobe malfunctions. And that's because people have to buy cheap. They have to buy what they can afford. And that means cheap material. That means uniforms that have outlived their lifespan. Like there was a point I felt like my marching band could march down the street by itself. And it wasn't because I stunk. It's just the 20 years of bodies or how many bodies had been in it stunk. And it would just be like, let me just get the Febreze and put it in the dryer with the Febreze, even after cleaners. So I do feel like this is a expense that should be like textbooks for band.
Yeah.
It should be like textbooks.
Yeah,
you won't have to buy them every year. You just like textbooks, you won't have to buy them every year.
Even if they put it at like a 7-year or a 10-year cycle, that's better than nothing. Like I don't think that's. See what our district does is that they don't alternate, but we get new uniforms. I think every 10, and then of course they'll revamp your inventory like the 5th year in between. Like it's something like that. But like I said, we do get industrial funding, so they have to do something with the money, and so that I just don't see myself fundraising for no band uniform. That's just, to me, that just sounds like
it took me 5 years, and I couldn't get any repairs. I couldn't afford it.
That's
literally. I went 5 years without putting.
Sacrifice one thing for the other,
and that's what I'm thinking. Like, them kids probably couldn't even go on no trips for real because y'all over here.
We didn't go nowhere, and
no.
That's a whole nother. That's episode 37. Because people would be like, "Why y'all go nowhere?" And like the band head ass. I gotta say it the way it come out. Well, it has so many comments. Why? Well, you don't take your kids nowhere. I can't because I got a $70,000 uniform bill and it's already in production, and this $4,000 has to go towards that bill. I had to budget in a way that every year I can't touch it because I don't know where it's going to come from. And if you serve an underserved population, some of the kids, the farms kids, you can't even ask them for money. Like, it's not even legal to ask them to pay the band fee. So you eating that $300 band fee too. By the time everything's said and done, you just scraping. So, but someone be like, y'all don't go nowhere. You don't want it. Oh, you don't want that smoke. You don't want that. Shut up. Unless you got a $60,000 check in your pocket. Shut up. Because the kids don't want to look stupid when they go battle. Just put them in t-shirts. They already know that they are underserved. At least I can do, back to the whole uniform thing, put them in something that when they go out, they look the part so they feel the part. Go ahead, clap, baby.
Right.
Let the baby
Episode 38. Band uniform prices are astronomically absurd.
Absurd.
Because I should be recording these episodes, or our ghost producer can.
$60,000 for no clothes, baby. Okay, Beyonce needs to deliver them herself. We're not doing this. That's absurd. If you here for the school, and they don't even make them with wool. Like, you remember you tell them the thick wool old school uniforms, the 20-pound uniform. Okay, you would think, okay, that makes sense. These little thin things they got now,
they might last 4 years.
There's no way you gonna quote me that same little 60,000 that you quoted that wool. All them sheep had to get shaved for you to make it. Okay, this is not the same type of thing. So you didn't have to do more. You didn't have to do as much work. And number two, it ain't as much manpower because it's like manufactured. Like, you got a whole little robots and machines and things to do this. When all that stuff used to be handmade.
And ours was a custom design.
We used to say we're man-made, baby. Not they don't hear them say that no more, honey. No, they popping them things out like it's nothing. It shouldn't take them a year to do that. No more. They just telling y'all this again because they just overlooking
and like airbrushing it. They're airbrushed. They don't embroider nothing.
They are stamping that joint under that press.
Under that iron, you could just do that in the kitchen or something. Just
like they tripping. Like, I don't think that. I think it should be against the law to charge these people, to charge us this much for these uniforms. That is absurd. There needs to be, for me, I feel like it's a little bit of a price gouge, but
ours was $650
normal.
Yeah. The whole unit was like $600, $650.
And so that's crazy. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Mm-mm.
So when we talk about the finances and stuff, do you think uniformity is dead? And this is our last, it's 8:23. This is our last, our last hoorah. Do you think uniformity is dead?
No, because I don't want to look like Stanford. What band is that? Walk around here looking crazy.
Stanford, they wear whatever they want to do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they be wearing like the glasses and the hats.
They look, they just look bad.
And the Hawaii shirts and all that.
No, I don't think
Northern California Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, Stanford is probably the worst looking organization I've ever seen in my life. However, I don't like that is for me. If I think of something that's not uniform, is that. So I don't know what a good alternative would be. So I'm gonna say yes to uniformity, but I'm gonna say no to gender specific uniformity. I would just say have it to where you have options. This is what your uniform is. Is my marching band uniforms is hard to kind of go, good around what it is, but concert attire, tuxedo, I have a dress. Pick which one makes you happy, but it got to be one of those two. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I agree with that sentiment, but, we ain't finna bar here looking like Stanford. Stanford or Sanford?
Stanford.
Stanford looking a hot mess, child. That just made my nerves bad.
That's so funny because as soon as you said them, I knew automatically who you were talking about.
Yeah, we all knew
they be wearing Hawaiian.
It just makes my nerves bad. It's like almost makes a mockery of the crap. Like I think that people don't take it as serious. Like they make fun. I don't know. I just can't get with it. It's unnerving for me. That's probably I think that's a trigger.
I'm with it though.
Yeah,
it's that mockery part. Like it's like we're not. This is hard work. It shouldn't be taken as a joke. It should be taken with reverence and seriousness. And uniforms give reverence and seriousness. What you think, Lauren?
I don't think uniform is that because we have the military, we have the police force, and bands are based off of the military. So I don't think it's dead. There are things to consider, like, people who are gender neutral or who's one gender and identify as another gender, or they consider themselves, all genders. I think we have to cater to that and make sure the uniform is, I don't want to say one size fits all, but everybody has on the same uniform. But even with the gender neutral or gender specific, regardless of that, I wore the same uniform as the men in my band. I don't think that's the issue. I think in marching band, I don't think as much as the issue as it is in the concert band setting. So with that, you should have a uniform to where everybody is either wearing the same color and they could just wear what they want, or just do pants and a tie and like a vest or something, or a blazer, where it's something that everybody could wear. And it goes back to for women, it goes back to us being comfortable. Like we're, a lot of times we're not comfortable in skirts unless you have the long concert skirts, but still it's kind of tight in the middle. So I think the vest and the shirt and the blazer, it'll help women become more comfortable. And because you're in an organization, you're gonna feel like you're a part of it. So uniformity isn't dead because you represent an entity. It's not just a physical thing, it represents an idea. So when everybody represents that idea, they're all gonna want to look the same.
I got a whole different take. When traveling with a group, safety reasons, it's easy to spot them. As a teacher, it's easy to gather them together because where we're from. It does hold them accountable to a certain level of responsibility with their demeanor and their actions, because Melvin and Miles used to say, if you're gonna go rob a bank, take off my bench. And he left somebody.
That man that got his doctorate today, Krystal. Come on.
but no, that's a real statement because if you're going to represent the organization, you can't just be out there acting any kind of fool mess. Yeah. So when you're in the uniform, it's sometimes, even as our kids, especially as a teacher, they come from all kinds of walks of life. It tends to tame the most untamed soul. Like, wait a minute, I got on my band. It's like fraternity wear. You like a lot of people like, wait a minute, I can't drink with my letters on, because you get trained that I'm representing something bigger than myself. There's the safety thing, like we're out and I need to move my group in a crowd. I can see us and I can move us, and it's easy to identify us as who we say we are. I think as long as it's the same color and the same standards, and that's why I push against, like, I agree that gender, make it the same, make it something that unless you want to see them and they in a light that's uncomfortable for you, just give the option for them to make that decision. Because when you start to pigeonhole into somebody's view that's not of how they view themselves, you get more pushback. Actually, somebody's going to challenge it. I can't wait until Aaron with the Y decides, I'm going to wear that dress and I'm going to be fierce, honey. And they going to be fierce. And I'm going to be applauding. I'm like, see what you get. I told you, just make everyone wear pants, get everyone a button up black shirt, and tell them that they can wear any type of headdress or whatever. Because sometimes a little bit of individuality is okay. You know, a little bit is okay. But when y'all start pigeonholing people, you're going to get a lot of pushback. I can't wait. I'm going to applaud and laugh at you. I'm going to applaud and laugh. I'm going to applaud for them and laugh at you. It's like, see what you done now? Now you really, like, now everybody wearing tutus. Because that's how it gets. Like, keep pushing the button and you're going to get the worst of what you would think uniformity should look like. You're going to get, I can't wait until a band pranks the director that's like that and everybody wears a tutu. And this generation,
Lord, about to give these kids ideas.
Hey, this generation is about it. I respect that from them. They will unify and say, hey, my brother, sister, my friend doesn't feel comfortable. So I'm going to stand in solidarity, and we all wearing tutus today. You're going to be sitting there. You're going to kick everybody out the band? Give it up. Give it up. That's all I got to say. This has been fun, y'all. I legit miss y'all, and like
it was a busy time.
Life got lifey. God,
I mean, but it's the holidays, and
life got real life like.
Yeah. I got an old lady sitting on.
You done yelled at from the other rooms. Lauren, you in the same room. Don't let the backdrop fool you. She literally across the hall. But yeah, I appreciate it. Those of you who tuned in, hit the like daddy, hit that share daddy, subscribe. It's a good conversation.
Is daddy a North thing? Is that a North?
No, we stole that from.
No, it's a New Orleans thing.
It's a New Orleans thing.
Yeah, we done stole it. We done reappropriated.
I think Louisiana, Texas thing.
Okay, because I don't never hear that because baby, I'm right here by New Orleans.
I'm making fun of it.
Look, daddy.
I'm gonna start calling everything a bot.
Texas thing.
It's a bot.
Oh yeah, that's a unit of measurement we use up here in Baltimore.
It's a bot. Mm-hmm.
It's a bot. That means it's a long way.
It's about a minute. It's about a minute.
It's about a minute. It's a bot. Yeah, it's a mean minute. Yeah,
it's a mean minute. It's way over. That's Baltimore. It's way over. Where's way over west?
Yeah, way over east.
Way over. Way
over east. Where you at? I'm over east.
Over. So yeah, we got our lingo. I'm just appropriating. I appreciate it though. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a happy holidays. If you go in the Midwest, I'll see you. I'll be running around trying to look like I'm important. I'm not.
Yes, Eagle Pride. Come on, let's beat Jackson State. Come on, let's
stop by the Athena booth. Stop by the women bank.
Black people in front of the booth. Stop.
Oh, I'm the new chair. Come to the gala. I'm the Eastern Division chair for the William P. Foster. Represent.
Hey, good job. Congratulations. For the who? What is his name again?
William.
Lord.
Dr. William P. Foster.
Okay, strike again. Let's get it.
All right, good people. Have a blessed one.
Bye.
Bye.